As soon as the castings are solid, they are shaken out. Now I have to pull 2 reinforcing nails out from here and here, and then 2 lumps of steel there that weight the cores different. Now I've also get the worst of the sand off it, hang it on a wire hook and quench it in water. The sand is simply pushed off on the floor. Nails. Lumps of steel and a bit of core too, we'll get that out. Knock the worst of the sand off. Hooking in the water. Oh, here's the one I've been looking for, the last one. Oh, I've been looking for it all day. Whew. Oops. Ah, missed them both. Rats. They'll let go on, they're in the sand, those two now. I'll better pick them up with a magnet in a minute, don't you? More core. First thing is just to rake it a little more evenly. Rake it out so that it's, you know, I don't know, about 4 inches or so thick on the floor. And loosen it up so I walked on it a bit. This 4-tine rake's about the best for this job out. It really is excellent for it. All the while I keep a bit of an eye out for things like this. A couple of bits of the core, the shell core that were used in the castings, I don't particularly want that stuff getting into the sand. Right. Now with a more normal rake, tampered down just to break up the lumps and walk over it. Warms your feet up nicely in cold weather, this does. There's a bit more core, a couple of bits there. There's one. There's another. And another. No, not. Fooled me, that one. Scrape it off my feet a bit. Best to have shoes with not much tread on for this work, if you can find them. Right, now, loosen it again. Now put some water on it. Right. Yeah. I know from having done this many times that with that spray hose running about that hard, that amount of sand and the amount of metal I've just poured into it, it'll take about 30 seconds of that spraying to get enough water back into the sand. If the sand had been a little dry last time, I might go up to 35 seconds. If it had been a little bit wet last time, I would possibly 25 seconds maybe. A bit more of that coarse sand. This stage is just a matter of shoving it into a heap. The next step is to shovel and turn my sand aerator here. This breaks up all the lumps completely and mixes the sand rather nicely. Fluffs it up, makes it very nice to work with. I will detail the construction of this machine in a later video. It's an easy build. I think I made this in a weekend, in a day or something years ago as a trial. Always meaning to build a bigger one, but I never did because I never needed it. But I would make it slightly bigger if I was building it again. But it does a wonderful job. Okay, this is a bit laborious though, this bit. I keep threatening to use a pneumatic conveyor to get the sand up into here. One day maybe I'll do that. One day. I guess this is my least favourite bit of the process. Oh, peace. I'll show you what this sand looks like in the barrel. You can see it's all broken up nicely. It's very light, it's very fluffy. Strangely, it feels too wet at the moment, but after a night in the barrel it will be fine. But it's all beautifully mixed and it'll be certainly ready to go in the morning. these barrels are probably about the best thing to keep your sand in. That's a 200 litre barrel, I think. Plastic, won't rust, rot, corrode, whatever. All you got to do is keep a lid on it, and that sand will stay wet in there if the lid's reasonably tight for months, or just ready to use whenever it needs to go again. Now all that remains to be done is I sweep the mess off the floor, and then I'm done for the day.